Hello, I'm Rebecca, and this is Masterful Chats. Masterful Chats are short, clear, concise, clarifying conversations designed to uplift, empower, inspire, and support you as you move forward along your spiritual path and in your life's journey. And today's chat is about knowing who to trust. But first, I'd like to say welcome back to all of my wonderful subscribers. And to those of you who are viewing me for the very first time, hello and welcome as well. And I'd like to take just a moment to introduce myself if you are viewing me for the very first time. I am an information synthesizer, a mystical scholar, and an intuitive. And I know with my entire heart and whole being that each one of us is a beloved child of God. We are known completely and we are loved beyond measure. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. I would truly appreciate it, and it would really help the channel. So now, let's chat about how do you know who to trust? We think about who we can trust in one-on-one relationships, in business partnerships. Many of us have been in relationships or in situations that lacked integrity and honesty. And the majority of our wounding has come from interpersonal relationships. So we'll be chatting about that. The other factor, though, that in today's world with a myriad of information sources and services that are offered to us, the same principles really apply as to who we can trust. Because your most important resources, your time and your heart. So I'm going to go through these on a one-by-one basis and apply them, please, to personal relationships, business relationships, what media sources you listen to, if you belong to any organizations, political, religious, social. Think about these attributes if they're present. So let's go through these and chat about these and see if any bells go off for you. The first one for me is authenticity. Is this person truly authentic? Is the persona that is projected out into the world, shown to the world, is that really who they are? Meaning, are they congruent? Do they say who they are? Or are they simply putting on a show, telling you what you want to hear to get something from you? Those are only questions that you can answer. But are they authentic? Are they being truly authentic in whatever they are doing? Or are they a chameleon where you never know what you're going to get? The second factor in following up with, do you know what you're going to get when they show up, is, are they consistent? Yes, we all have different facets of our personality. And we can have good days and bad days, and we can sometimes be really excited and some days maybe a little sad. But overall, the entire person, are they consistent? Can you trust that they're going to be there on a day-to-day basis or however you see them or when you see them? Can you trust in their consistency, in their reliability? The third one is integrity. Are they in integrity in all areas of their life? Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Are their finances in integrity? Do they say as they do and do as they say? Or do they say one thing and do another? Do they hold themselves to be accountable? Or are they playing the victim? Are they in integrity? Are they responsible? That's another big factor of integrity. The fourth attribute that is important to have in any sort of relationship or source that you're listening to is compassion. Are they a compassionate individual? That doesn't mean that they have to agree with you. That doesn't mean that your views have to align. But it does mean that they are compassionate and that they can listen to another and accept that that is that human being's experience and have some respect and compassion for the journey that they are on. It doesn't mean that they have to condone it, but there is a recognition that this is another human being and that each one of us does deserve compassion. This life experience is not easy. We are here on schoolroom earth, all learning lessons, some easier than others. So it's important that we can be compassionate with ourselves, which is the first step, and compassionate with others. If someone is very hard and judgmental and mean, do you really want to be around that? Do you really want to allow that into your life? Do you really trust that? And the fifth part of knowing if you can trust a person is, are they kind? Kindness goes a long, long way in terms of arguments, in terms of not perhaps fully understanding another person's journey or path, in terms of if we've just had a bad day. Kindness is a very important attribute in knowing if you can trust someone or something, because that is giving another person some grace, some room to be fallible, some room to be human, because all of us are works in progress. All of us make mistakes. All of us need to be forgiven by others for our actions at times. None of us is perfect. So kindness goes a long, long way. And if a person is kind, that's a huge factor in asking yourself if you can trust them. If a person's default is to be a hot reactor and to be into drama and to be on the attack, that's not really going to allow you to trust, because you're going to be on guard and you're going to be wary. The next attribute is, are they resourceful? Are they able to do for themselves? Do they view themselves as being capable and competent and being able to find answers? Because resourcefulness denotes an independence, an ability to stand on one's own feet or to find help when they need it. Resourcefulness owns our ability to learn and grow and to face challenges. Resourcefulness to me defines a way to find a way out or through or over, to rise to life's challenges. And that would be a good partner to have, I would think. Someone you could trust who was resourceful, who took it upon themselves to find solutions and answers and possibilities, things that they may not know. The next one is, are they available? Do they make themselves available to you? If someone is consistently unavailable to us, and that can be on a multitude of levels, physical, mental, emotional. But if they are unavailable, that means that they are spending their time elsewhere. And more than likely, we are not a top priority. That happens for a lot of reasons throughout our lives. We may get married, we may move cities, countries, we may have children, and the hours are taken up. In other cases, Things dissipate, things wane, relationships just aren't meant for the long haul. But the question is, if you're not satisfied or you're feeling anxiety or upset, then perhaps it's time to look at that relationship. Are they humble? To me, that means that they're willing to listen and they're willing to learn. And they don't always have to be talking about themselves and what they're doing and their achievements and what's in their life. That they're interested in you and other people and what's going on in the world. So it just depends if that person that you're with can talk about themselves and then they want to know about you. And they want to share. It's not all about them. So being humble, graciousness is a part of being humble. Humble means knowing your self-worth enough and being secure enough in yourself where you don't have to tell everybody how wonderful you are. And that is an awareness that is important in terms of who can you trust. While we talk about this in our personal relationships, it is very important when we look at people and situations and entities and corporations that we are giving our time and energy to out in the world. And while this huge ascension of humanity and the earth moves forward, ask these questions when you listen to a media source. Ask these questions when you're doing business with a company. Ask these questions when you're taking direction from someone spiritually, because these are universal attributes across all industries, across all perspectives in our lives. And sometimes in our lives, we hold people in authority or political figures or religious figures. We hold them in a godlike status above the fray. So apply these attributes to people who you listen to across the media, across the political spectrum, across your relationships and your religious organizations. Any groups you belong to, knowing who you can trust is a basic factor affecting your well-being as we move forward in these energies. The energies through next year, through 2024, are going to continue to ramp up and get more intense. And as I've said, everything that is coming out needs to be healed. And people cannot hide who they are. So if they tell you who they are, believe them. If they're asking you to hate, or if they're blaming others or persecuting others, stand back. Feel your energy system. Notice how you're feeling. Be awake and aware. It all comes back to you. And you can always choose again. 99.9% of the time you can choose again. So choose wisely who you give your energy to, who you give your time to. Give it to those people and organizations and entities that are creating a state of well-being for you, that help you co-create an abundant, joyous, happy life. Thank you for being here with me today for this Masterful Chat. I truly appreciate you. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. And as always, wherever you're at in the world, until we chat again, blessings.